my living friends, this is our cabaret, that of the Émigré.
Your souls on which we pray are seated here today. Here in America, you'll have to stay. Oy vey, my lieve friend, adios to your homeland. The immigrants are slave to liberty's demands.
What's up, my living friends? Come lend us your worn hands. What's that you say, my little immigrant?
What's the latest news? Who cares if Obama sings the yellow blues?
Who cares if Romney wins or if World War begins? We only care that pussy riot is not a sin. We're here to entertain your hearts. Get off, get off, get off your butts. We play an active part, that of the Émigré who went astray. Welcome, dearest friends. The music so demands. For in this cabaret, that of the Émigré, come crack jokes, come play, make love all day. The party never ends. Pay up, my lieve friends. Reserve your table at the Cabaret Émigré. Say hey.
Lights up on Shmuel Yakov Pinsky center stage at our Cabaret Émigré. He's honing his skills at Comedy for Dummies 101. I, Dasha Cohen, and Jamal Skinner Jr., dressed like one of the Nicholas brothers, with the voice of Cab Calloway of
Howdy, 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 howdy.
Shmuel Yakov Pinsky, everyone, pseudo-intellectual 30-year-old sporting glasses with his jeans worn in grunge.
Give your boy a hand, y'all. Come on now.
Oh, so I'm the schmo. That schmuck putz, right? Huh? That's what you guys are thinking? Oh boy, I made it to glorious America! The land of sex, drugs, rock and roll is thrust upon you on these throbbing purple shores. And the bright green asparagus spears of the American fucking mountaintops, huh? Well, I was never given a choice. See, I would have stayed in Petersburg. I loved my life there. The hills, the dales, the lush emerald valleys. But then my sister moped about emigrating, day in and day out, so with her we departed for grassy US of A with her asshole prick husband who's been living off her money since they got married, because she got knocked up. Since then, he's been sucking her blood like a goy vampire growing fat from her wisdom. No, I'm not prejudiced. I'm not racist. I'm not biased. I'm not an opportunist. I'm not a capitalist. I'm not a communist. Nor a pacifist. I'm Shmuel Yakov Pinsky. I like vodka. And warm sand and women and hot Russian bathhouses and spicy pastrami sandwiches and my home back in St. Petersburg. With a Hermitage and the Winter Palace, they make sense placed strategically just where they are, and not smack dab near some Central Park full of rocks and bicyclists pushing for a union and the rights to the sidewalks. I like our broad, vast, remarkably omnipotent streets with their archaic cobblestones and their smell of the intelligentsia. I love the theater. Oh, I love the theater. My mother was a makeup artist. And she'd let me linger behind the scenery, gazing at the actors in awe. You Americans don't care for the theater. No. You munch on burgers in the theater. You scratch your smelly socks and yawn like llamas and spit like iguanas and, hey, text each other on your Blackberries. Missing the point of dramatic scenes like missing the meaning by the search for the Holy Grail. You don't know a thing about suffering. Oh, holy shit. The Russians know how to suffer. But the Jews, a poor schlumpf like myself, we really suffer. You see, I came here, dragged by my family, coerced by some reminiscence of persecution that existed back in the day. Excuse me. I wanted to be a comedian. Humor dripping with caramel freedom and vanilla virile dreams. But I feel more like a forsaken hooker in a promised land, without a ringmaster, without a pimp. See, I did. I came here and I sang Neil Diamond's song, "We're coming to America today."
My country smells of pea, sweet land of misery. We're coming to America today! Today!
The only problem is that looking back and screaming forward, I'd like to come to America perhaps tomorrow. I'd like to return and weep in those summer streets with those street names are familiar in their mind. I'd like to return to my woman, to my mother, to Russia. But you see, I'm actually supposed to get my citizenship papers tomorrow, so this schmo just might stay another day.
Bravo! That was 12 throughout!
Yeah, man, you done hella well.
Vignette 1. Oh, he was a paratrooper so in love.
Back to our Cabaret Émigré, bar and lounge. Dasha Cohen shimmies through the curtain, bows and takes a seat at the upright piano in front of the curtain. She's a raven-haired beauty with gracious vivacity. The piano plays by itself, man. Ooh, it's present day, bewitching hour of midnight.
He was a paratrooper, a night stopper, a World War II hopper, an air bomb dropper, yes, quite a heart stopper. Have any of you felt the heavens casting their nets over you, so in love, you hadn't a clue what to do? Have any of you? Tell me true.
Hey, baby, you feel so fine. You melt my heart like cherry wine, and you're groovy too. Ooh, those nasty things that you do.
Spotlight falls on Moisha, the pious Jew, a very gay member of the cabaret, seated at the bar.
Thank you, Dasha, for that brilliant introduction. Our paratrooper Dima was nobody and very poor, but when he fell in love with Rima, such a fool and still in school, but I would have loved to have polished his purple military tool.
My parents couldn't understand our love blessed by a sacred kiss, by all of the angels in the chorus. Up in the heaven.
I don't care none if they don't dig our love. It don't matter here, there, or in heaven. 'Cause I'm your man forever. Come rain or shine, we'll be swinging us a fine time with whiskey and wine doing a line.
You sound like an alcoholic and a coke addict. Nice impression you'll make on my relatives.
What? You sound like a melancholic. Well, your granny was a dancer, and your mama was an actress in the theater. So I can grow on them like moss. I can make them love me. They won't have a choice. I mean, how fucking racist can Russian immigrants be?
I can show you if you would care to see.
Go ahead, girl. I ain't afraid of nothing. Lay it on me.
The set turns to Moscow, Russia during World War II. Rima Rothberg, my grandmother in her youth, waltzes with her paratrooper Dima, my grandfather, through chaos as snowflakes age them, painting their hair white. You look older than me now. Your beard's turning white.
Yes, but you'll be in my bed tonight.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
What a charmer.
You still dating my best friend, Rima?
Don't offend me, Dima. Who's your best friend?
You know, my chum from the military. He's a funny Jew. He's an entrepreneur, a dreamer.
So am I, and 5 years older than you.
I love you for being you.
I have lots of money. At least that's true.
I have none. But I'm going to be a colonel soon, and when I am, I promise you the moon.
On the front lines with bombs, tanks, grenades, all that heavy artillery shit, Rima hooks up with Isaac, the paratrooper's friend.
Come, take my hand. I I love you more, Rima.
The paratrooper spies on them from the barricades. Here's a kiss from me to you, Yitzhak. One last kiss and then forever, we are through. Go, come on, get it. Oh! Here they are! My fine grandparents from the past. What a blast! Give them a hand, friends!
Mis amigos!
Meine Damen und Herren!
I ain't seen no racism yet, my pet. I don't know what you're yapping about, girl.
Watch, there's more crazy shit in store.
Dima, my paratrooper, was so handsome. He made me weak in the knees and gave me babies.
That's not all he gave you.
Oh, please. He gave my grandma Rima the sacred gift of motherhood. My mama Elmira.
Probably caught the drip as well. But she disposed him at the local veterinarian, so all went swell.
Shut your trap, Moisha. What the hell?
Yo, Granny was a whore?
Moshe is a pious Jew. He would never lie to you.
So you were a floozy.
Granny's just a booty call.
Folks of color have no manners. Dump Jamal, that uncool brother. I'm a matchmaker like no other. I'll match you up with another. He's nothing but trouble, he is.
Look, I'm a performer, an artiste. Y'all should understand a tap dancing, boozing man like this.
Anyway, back in the day, Dima's family was very intellectual. Russian intelligentsia. They were free thinkers and instantly accepted me.
Rima, lay off that bullshit.
Jamal, you stay out of it.
Dasha, what does Jamal have to do with my life story? Shit!
Your granny is cool. She is getting down on it. Really wanna get down on it.
Rima and Dima are seated quaintly at the dining table eating. They're in the paratrooper's home. Rima slurps her uha.
Rima, don't be loud. That slurping's rude.
This fish soup's awfully good. I'm proud of being loud. Thought you didn't mind it last night.
So what do you do, Rima?
She's a dancer, just like you, Mama.
I thought you were a nurse.
Yes, of course. I was once that too.
Oh, so how many things do you know how to do?
So many. Too many. Dance for us, Rima, won't you? Bam!
Isn't Rima older than you? Pop, you are drooling over her shit like a fool.
Rima was older, that was true.
She's still hot. Folks overrate you. Jamal, you're uncouth. Ain't you nothing but a no-good brother from the hood? You got that right, old dude. Hey, you want some bud? Cause this shit here is good.
Rima was older than I. Sad, but true. But then again, nobody else knew.
I'm a fossil. What's it to you, old goat? Why don't you give your wife some smelling salts?
Isn't Rima Jewish? I thought she'd be Amish, yo. You thought wrong. Stupid nigga. Now, unless you be a nigga yourself, I don't need to hear none of that derogatory nigga shit. You got it, brother?
Yes, sir, I am one proud Jew. Your wife could pass for one, too.
I'm a true Russian. How dare you?
Here's to you, my beautiful and brutally honest Rima.
Yo! Here's to love and the great sex that comes before it.
There's a war raging outside, a ghastly monster. How dare you sing of love and sex?
So you and your husband don't have sex just because there's a war rolling mad outside?
Them two lovebirds has got it going on. They be having fun. Oh shit. I'm on the dinner table, but I bet the man of the house don't mind none.
Tell me, Rima, are you pregnant with my son's child?
Yes. And I will be the paratrooper's bride.
I knew it! I knew that!
Of course you did. But if y'all thought Granny's pregnancy be a surprise to me, then you blew it, see?
Dima, your fiancé's gone wild. Suka, Dima, you have a slut for a wife.
Hey, Pops, let's do another talk
He
outside.
ain't going nowhere with you, dark boy. He don't took your nigger jive.
You shouldn't say that to Jamal.
It don't matter, Dasha. But with the hurtful words, ma'am, you don't bring me no joy. I am forced to fuck your ass in front of your own soldier boy.
Please don't do that. Can't we all just get along?
Oh, my Dimitri, he's a true catch. A great officer, women always flirt with him, and now he wants to sink into the dirt.
And bury his proud face beneath the hem of that coquette's conniving skirt.
Mama, you insult my bride-to-be, and you, Papa, your words are filled with cunning lunacy.
Your bride insulted me.
Your mother's right. She has no shame, your future wife.
I am in love.
Oh.
No one is to blame. So leave me be.
We've been bitten by that love or two, that fiery fanatic feeling that sets your spirit free.
Well, hooray for you. Yippee. How shall we celebrate? It seems this interracial love is our household's fate. I say, let them lovebirds be. They'll live in misery. And I, for one, do not intend to stop these fools in their debauchery.
Hello? Your son's really in love with me.
Oh, jeez, Rima. Well, we see your lust for Dima clearly, like an aching pimple. Pop it already, then your love will be easy breeze.
But he's already had you, Rima.
And has your husband not had you? Or are you still a virgin?
Oh, she be a virgin like I be a wop. You motherfuckers make me laugh.
My love dove, care for some delicious sturgeon?
Yes. Pass the sturgeon, please.
Oh, and that foul-smelling piece of cheese over there to the right? At least you all can't spoil this blasted night.
Oh, when the night falls, 12:30, babe, that's when my heart calls for you. I get lubed up when we make love, as I make your ass a thing of my past.
Lust, you said forever we would be together.
Oh, but you are a girl of a different fabric, see? Your love is so heavenly. It's the first time in my life there's a girl I want to stay with, not run from or use or abuse.
Yeah, and I've had plenty of time to choose.
And you don't want to crack her over me.
You're the one for me, Jamal. Let God be my judge. If I lie, let heaven help me.
Would y'all sit the fuck down? Damn! It's respect for the theater time. Sing for me, baby.
I can never read this shit on the page. Would you kindly take your seats, please? I'm trying to sing here. Do not ignite my rage.
I said sit the fuck down. What is wrong with y'all?
No, my dear Dasha, do sing. Sing like the bell rings. You were born a star on the stage.
This granddaughter is my lovely wedding ring.
Ooh, I want that expensive shiny thing. It's got the bling.
I was a paratrooper, an interloper, a common doper who works my way on up to Colonel. I swear I did.
My grandpa.
Ooh, sexy, smoking hot. Back in the hazy days of World War II, Paratrooper Dima was a slut and all that smut.
I'd love me some smut.
My grandpa worked his manly self straight to the bone.
Ah, Baruch Hashem. He did indeed.
Oh, look.
I've been blessed with a boner.
Hey, boy, you're a rabbi and shit, right? Say I get stoned, and then I get sprung. Am I a stoner with a schlong?
Mr. Boner wants to say hello to you.
Give him my regards.
Ciao, Bella, lucky fella.
You're looking so hungry.
Audience, watch this next scene, but beware, it is a bit obscene.
Ooh, bring it on, Dasha's pornographic dream.
Oh my gosh, I dig how she jives. She is so much fun. She is so alive.
Rima's home shivers with the brutal cold against the evil forces lurking in the night. Grandpa, Paratrooper Dima, stumbles home very late, drunk, with a bimbo cradled in his arms.
Oh, so he left some tramp with all his aching heart. Drunk again tonight?
My love, my only one, I don't know where to start.
Save it for your whores. Get out.
But it's frigid outdoors.
So, you're frigid with me. Now you'll know how I feel.
I want to grow old together and share glee.
I dig this powdered brother. He fibs like no other.
I still think she could have found another. Dima! I dare you to weather this bitter weather. Go ahead. Prove your love to me.
Ain't no sweat, cause this dude's got that love dove routine down. Snap, just like that.
So, Moisha, Grandpa spent the night outdoors?
Proving beyond a doubt that he was solely Grandma Rima's. But on the other hand, I could have made him mine if I'd had the time.
And whatever happened to that war raging next door?
What you buzzing about, girl? There is still a war raging outdoors. It's mine. It's yours. Straight against gays, young against old, rich against poor, and we's all gone greedy too. We want more. See, it's me against you. The whole world's a cesspool too. Men take arms against any damn gullible fool. And the whites against the blacks. Religious fanatics against themselves. Nobody cares about your personal affairs. Because all the races ain't never united. Men in business suits and workers' boots, they're not in cahoots. They take to the ring and they're angry. They're swinging at each other in the cruel circle of life. There is war, there is strife, and their shabby lives are dangling off a singular string. For me? Oh, I'm an uppity sort of being. I stay cool and do my own thing. I want to make things right in this world, Dasha, with this wedding ring. So I ask thee to walk with me, be my bride. So together, we can make great strides.
I will. I mean, I do.
Oh, so you really do dig this black boy, don't you?
War rages in the heart as in the home. But for immigrants, for all walks of life, it's a special kind of war, a conflagration of identity. Alas, a better world on distant shores, most foreigners never truly find.
My baby and I, we found each other. And we gonna make it last, Moisha, my brother.
Ah, love, that strange emotion evaporates straight into the ocean.
I'm at peace with myself now. I moved to America and I made it work somehow.
Bravo.
I want to act and react, love and sigh. God, while performing on the stage, that's how I long to die.
Well, you'll die in the arms of your Mr. Bojangles. That be me. From the south side of Chicago, born and raised, longing to be free. But for putting up with all this discrimination tonight, I sure is fading fast. I got to get high with my fiancée, Dasha. We gotta have a blast.
Hurrah! In some rich man's loving arms, I want to die.
I've been called bipolar, suicidal, homicidal, petrified, terrified, mortified.
Just my type.
But I remember once, we were on a boat, far out at sea. I was lying in between my parents. We were dreaming of coming to America. We were going to bathe in the rays of liberty.
Wait, there is no liberty. At least not in this country. That is just a fable they've been feeding your immigrant asses ever since you left your homelands to become foreign dumbasses.
Well, still all that gay emancipated liberty.
Finally, not just a dream, but a sweet reality.
Finally.
You folks are living in a state of disability, praying for stability, which simply can't ever be.
If I am not for myself, then who will be for me? And if I am for myself alone, then what am I? I quote hello.
I am me, and I perform skits on this cabaret stage, brimming with stories of nomadic emigres. Jamal and I, together, will be aiming for the sky.
Beware, Dasha.
That freedom coursing through your veins won't make you a wild child.
Still, we've all come a long way.
I'll say, baby.
So, critics, get the hell out of my way. I'm going to perform forever. I'm here to stay. Just look at me. I'm so pretty and
And soon you'll be married to the devil.
What Dasha says is somewhat true. She's here to stay, and so are you. At least Moisha, this pious Jew, whose commentary you've lent your ears to, can eat his cake in America, with a smorgasbord of silly folks like you, all the long night through.
Now, my daddy always told me that the truth will set you free. But I do love to tell a fib or two. And Dasha, well, she creates some stories too. See, today, the black man marries the smart Jew. Who knew I'd be the luckiest of men? Who knew?
My future husband's right. I hope we never fight. And that our marriage works out all right.
Cabaret Émigré is now kaput. You two go home, be merry, be good.
Oh, how Moisha lies to you. We got hella more coming right at you.
Vignette 2! That last train moment.
A speeding train, traveling through weeks, months, years, decades, centuries, faster than the speed of light.
Lyosha sits near his grandma Sima, texting on his iPhone. She carries a straw basket from which some chickens peer out, squawking. A few eggs crack as the train stalls between stations.
If we hadn't caught this train, Lyosha, we'd be dead. A black and blue death, I tell you. There was no escape. People talk, you know. It was all over town, this talk, tripping people's ears up.
I have an important meeting at the UN, Babushka.
The what? Why, sometimes I can't understand you, Yoshinka. And that thing you do it with so fast and furious. It makes my head spin.
Texting, Babushka. It's the greatest invention on earth, really. I don't have to speak to morons anymore. Hear those high, annoying call girl voices like ever. Communication is so impersonable in contemporary times, I just love it. No more letters, no more shredded paper, no more chopping down trees like Daniel Boone.
Why, it's so cold on this train. I think the rain is coming. I feel it racing through my body like bolts of lightning. I have psychic powers. Give me your hand. I will read your future for you.
I can predict the future too. We're all going to die.
Oh, don't talk like that, Anya. You scared the poor boy.
You heard me, or she's busy sexting or something. That's not disturbing.
I'm what?
Sexting.
What do you know about sexting? Anyway, I'm sending a text message or two, really. It's a simple maneuver. Won't harm any of you.
The ticket master approaches. It's General Comrade Stalin.
I was just 15 when the war began. Oh, it's a dangerous time now. I knew storm clouds were brewing with trouble above the horizon when they took away the bravest man I've ever known to the front lines. My brother David.
Davy. My favorite. He was always good with the broads. Like ice cream, went down cold, but melted their hearts with his hot chocolate warmth.
Something is wrong with the connection on this train. OMG, a BTF. Well, if I don't plug this iPad into some fucking socket, where is the fucking socket?
We should have stayed. It's all just talk. It won't be so bad in Necropole. Ukraine is a sacred place. God watches over it. Always has, always will.
Sure, just like God watches over me when I jot into an Arabic deli and Abdul Hussein eyeballs me so fucking hard my jaw drops to the floor, huh? And I'm forced to tuck my Star of David under my turtleneck, which I only wear in the winter. The turtleneck, I mean. The Star of David I wear each season, and I don't need a reason. Who's watching out for me, anywho, huh? Tell me, who?
You're imagining things, Losha. In America, in New York, all folks are supremely free and get high on their equality. The radio broadcasts news from America, the concrete jungle. Oh, it must be wonderful there. They're all liberal maniacs having constant cosmic sex.
That's just some fictional fairy tale for those who have been robbed of sight and they can't tell the difference between wrong and right.
And why do you run like fugitives tonight?
I keep telling them it's not so bad in our land, but they don't understand. This place was a home, for better or for worse.
Naturally, of course. Hand me your documents, please.
passports, tickets, birth certificates.
He's here to torment us. There's no hope for any one of us. We'll all be lost souls, flogged to death by this pouring rain.
How poetic. But you sound pathetic. Documenti, I said.
Here, be my guest.
What's this? The sound of this confounded rain has got into my brain. My boy, it seems you've boarded the wrong train.
But this is the last train out of Necropole. If we don't leave tonight, I read the paper, Pravda.
I heard Masha, my kindred spirits, speak of soldiers raping her daughters, killing her sheep, and in the end...
Isn't it funny how it's always that last train out? For every single soul, without a doubt, everyone thinks to be like, oh my god, no more trains running like ever! I'm gonna plug this iPad into some fucking stock and it's my last stop for sure! I can't even listen to my iPod on this train. Fuck life's a punk ass bitch!
Shut your mouth, Lyosha. Oh God, I left my dumb daughters at home. What if? Oh, but on the other hand, I shouldn't think of bad things now.
Now is as good a time as ever, Anton Pavlovich. I think of evil things all the time. Like, what would have happened to me if I had emigrated to Sheepshead Bay or Brighton Beach, Brooklyn, instead of Manhattan? Huh? I'd have that damn wicked Natosha Boris Russian accent for like my entire life. I'd be a mobster like gangster or something. I'd be wearing sweatpants round the clock and gold chains around my neck like Uncle Scrooge, and I'd be carrying whips and crowbars, jack cars. You know, new wave Russian shit like that. Everything would be.
Блять! Нихуя себе! Вот шлюха!
Yeah, and fuck you dead mother kind of crap. Oh yeah, if I'd been a Russian girl from Brighton Beach.
I'd color my hair all those post-when Yugoslavia broke up gay Halloween colors, especially cheap red. And my nails would be so long that they belong in the Guinness Book of World Records. And I'd smoke capris and wear tight leather miniskirts that resemble belts. And dance at Rasputin's to a less than groovy disco ball with stage smoke blowing holes out of my asshole. And wear my hair teased sky high and wait for my tough Russian boyfriend with a giant cross weighing down his neck to pick a fight with some guy I purposely winked at just to get my rocks off.
Yeah. And my grandma Sima would shimmy with a stuck-up waiter who'll demand like a $200 tip after the meal's been ravaged. Give me a fucking hell of an attitude. Spit in my borscht. Check to see if I'm wearing a Rolex watch, and to top the evening off, snatch it off my person. Oh yeah. My babushka would embarrass me for like the billionth time at some birthday for cousin Dusia, cousin Faya at Primorsky Cafe, wearing that damn shark skin outfit and hollering at me.
Yosha, don't beat up on your sister Aya, or you'll get sweaty and catch cold and piss in your pants in your sleep.
Lyosha already heard that.
No, I've heard my sister say that.
I can't even download my apps here. Now, why can't I do a simple modern thing like that?
I'm going to throw you off this last train straight to hell. Now, where are your papers?
Here is my ticket, Comrade Stalin. But please, I tell you, I want to get off this train now.
Go ahead, try. You can just throw yourself off.
Wait a minute, who did you say? Is that Joe the Stalin? Oh, is that maniac? That's who you're supposed to be? Oh, LOL. Oh, well, I hate to rain on your parade, buddy. Oh! I can't hear!
Kick his ass.
You monster! Don't you dare hurt my baby boy. He's from America. He can sue you.
He knows people.
Yeah, I'm sort of connected.
Jewish lawyers, you should know.
They're all very quick in the brain and well respected.
America? Is that so? And have you personally been there?
No.
No? I mean, he might be a liar, your Losha, for all you know.
Oh, no.
He might be feeding you a spoonful of lies to go with your Valerian root and Validol.
Oh, no, he never lies.
Comrade Stalin, Losha is a very good boy. I lay my heart on the table.
Maybe we shouldn't have left. It was all talk, I bet, the war. There's already more warfare in this train than I've seen in my entire career as an engineer. I almost didn't make it into that profession. Some Ukrainian boy wanted to take my place, and well, it was good I was part of the band in high school, and that band teacher, Vladimir Skrutin, whatever his name was, gave me a break. Wrote a letter to the higher forces that I was really a very decent sort of fellow. One of those good Jews.
A war is bad. It's bad. It's like Dante Inferno's malicious. There's nothing good about war. War's a rich man's whore.
So, you're a communist, my boy. Simply delicious. Say, what is that odd contradiction?
None of your beeswax, murderer. How many lives have you massacred, huh? Sent to gulags, thrown into exile in Siberia. How many poets died at the sharp, merciless blade of your guilt-ridden sickle?
Where's your accountant? Is he asleep on this train? Can he account for all the souls whom you condemned?
Yes, hello? Hello, yes, I'd like to report a 911 emergency. Yeah, there's a mass murderer on this train with me. Yeah, the ignoble son of a bitch, Comrade Tyler Stalin, or whatever. Yeah, well, look, I know you think I'm crazy, but...
Hand over your tickets and documents to me.
Here.
I haven't murdered a soul. I'm innocent. You're all so silly.
Oh, is that how it's going to be? Really?
No, shut your mouth! This is the last train out of Necropole! As usual, you've been ignoring me.
I tell you, I want off this train now! I beg you, Comrade Stalin, please, call the conductor. Cease this infernal rain.
The Führer never had control of weather. Are you all insane?
Wait, who did you say?
Are you by any chance a Jew, Sima?
I am. What's it to you, huh? Aren't you Georgian, Joseph?
I must report the lot of you at once.
I want to go to Kolhos and work. Tell tall tales by the campfire, that's my true desire. And I'd really like to work with children in a kindergarten. I love children so, Loshadir, you know.
I know. I keep hearing the same words from Michelle Obama.
We couldn't stay here anymore. More and more people are dying. More and more will die. We need to save our family before it's too late to even cry and try.
You scum of the earth, you flee from your homeland. You gypsy Jews are the reason for my hate. Hitler knows. Execution is your fate.
That Herr Hitler wanted war was clear to everyone by 1937. And it's now 1939.
True, but it's actually 2012, Babushka. You're just stuck in the past. Hey, look, but that won't last once we get off this train and this confounded rain will end.
If you keep up your lunatic talk, our graves will soon be marked by a cross. Trust your granny Seema.
The woman's always in the right. She's my best friend.
Oh, let me weep for your fate. But you are thieves of the fatherland. Ingrates, traitors.
I dream of a square meal. My daughter's beef stew. No, really. Comrade Stalin, I do, and I would gladly share my joy of supper with you.
Comrade Stalin, do you think it's fun for us to run from our beloved town, leave our lives behind?
No! I believe your plight is a sickening fantasy. The one you're feeding to me on this last train out of Necropole. But I won't let you serve as my malady.
I tell you, I want off this train
I
now!
can't even download my apps on this train. God! I need to be in the UN by 6 and it's almost 5. You know, I'm going to send an email to everyone that I know that tell them this train is running late tonight.
Everyone off this train! Now!
Gewalt! The train has come to a screeching halt!
The train actually keeps pressing on through a warped prism of time.
But what is war, if not senseless battle? What is life, if not a cheating wife? And what to me does my heart matter, when all I feel is pain and strife?
What beautiful poetry, my dear boy. Where did you learn that?
From my babushka. She read Pushkin and Lermontov to me.
Suddenly, this train done come to an abrupt stop at an abandoned station. 3 heavily armed guards grab the fucking passengers. Adolf Hitler, conductor of this train, checks them out through a monocle, yo!
Yeah, it's them! Takes them away! Officer, hands, I say!
My cop is the conductor of this train!
My friend,
called Dairy Queen. It's ice cream heaven. And Dunkin', we have Dunkin' Donuts. We have a 7-Eleven.
I want to go to the Disneyland. I want to go there now. Before this trying to get me there somehow.
You can't be a Nazi to get in.
Yeah. Perhaps I should wear some disguise.
Yeah, in your Nazi circumstance. That would be wise.
You'd actually have to be a Jew to get in. And wear a yarmulke. Actually, 222 all stacked like flapjacks on top of your sadistic fascist head. Oh yeah, and a yellow Star of David's gonna have to be stenciled on your forehead.
Is that true? So be it. I will be a Jew, and that's what I must be subjected to anyway.
Well, that's up to you, Fuhrer, but you'd have to send us all free if you really want to get
Oh, please take me to the Disneyland. I so wants to go. I hear the rides are super great, no? And that Minnie Mouse puts on quite a show.
All right, well, come take my hand. Let us off this train. Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse will be headed to the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The train takes off once again, huffing and puffing down the track.
And the rain finally ends, homies.
It's a small world after all.
It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small, small world. It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. It's a world of hope and a world of fears. There's so much that we share that it's time we're aware. It's a small world after all.
Vignette 3. Getting found through a symphony of losses.
Lights fall at a confessional at Iglesia Monte de Dios. Good Lower East Side. The fog rises and the scene is totally surreal, man.
After examining his conscience, Joseph enters the confessional and kneels before the screen to speak face to face with the priest.
Begin your immigration with the sign of the cross. Then confess everything to me, of course.
Don't you mean confession? Well, I guess even priests make mistakes. In the name of the run in the sun and for the sheer holy shit of having fun. My last confession was never, actually. I'm not really Catholic.
You must have a circumcised limp dick.
Why? Look, man, aren't you supposed to read me a passage from the Drifters? Isn't that your usual pre-shtick?
You mean the scriptures? Yes, but I forgot the passages. Or I never knew them. Right, sincerely.
Look, man, I'm just here to clear the rubbish and the junk from my trunk.
Confess to me the sins which you remember. To this priest you must surrender.
Conveniently forgotten all of them.
You are in pain, my child.
All immigrants are in pain, are they not? Sort of displaced souls in limbo.
Displaced whores, frying in damnation's inferno.
Sellouts, you mean? Nomads? Spreading their disease of homelessness to the innocents?
Should I assign you some pleasures?
Don't you mean penance?
Is that what you think I should mean?
Now, what kind of priest are you?
What kind of man are you?
Look, man, shouldn't I express some act of contrition or some other nonsense monkey shit?
Well, why? Are you sorry for anything?
Yeah, I'm sorry for being a heroin addict.
Do you have some on you now?
No, I'm off it now, Padre. After college, there was nothing left to do, so I moved to the Midwest and I gorged on flapjacks at Denny's and shot myself in the foot with a Kalashnikov and knocked up my fat-ass cousin.
So, incest, gluttony, no self-worth or identity. Let's see. Say 10,000 Hail Memories and you can walk free.
Really? That's all I gotta do? Dude, I like your religion.
Most of the world does. Do you love God more than yourself?
Not specifically, no. Come to think of it, I love myself more than anyone.
Oh, so you're egotist too. How very Ayn Rand of you. Then 10,000 Hail Memories can't save you. Even 20,000 will never do.
Well, what should I do? I'm a Jew. I have this pain in my heart. It's like this old. Like this ay, you know? I sit and I watch the wee hours of the night fly by.
You're slovenly too. You must donate to the parish. Then you will be a happier man. I have proof of the divine. Do just what I say, you'll be fine.
Grand Canyon holes in my heart. You know, the only place I ever felt at home was in San Francisco. That was the sunniest, brightest place for me, man. That was my kind of place, see?
Many Jews, not Hispanics, live in San Francisco.
They're different from Jews in New York. They're more laid back, mellow, fearless, riskier.
If you're going to San Francisco, make sure to stick a needle in your dick.
I told you I was really sick. Man, I was in a dark place. When I kicked my habit, I got married. After the relationship, I lost all fucking faith.
She disgraced you. Was she Dominican?
Tried Kabbalah. Allah, Buddha, Muhammad. Now Jews for Jesus too.
Hasn't Kabbalah worked its mystic magic all over you?
Yeah, it speaks to right to where it hurts. It's true, but you see, I'm a mathematician. I like numbers. 1 + 1 is 2, and Kabbalah just didn't compute, so I gave that sect a boot.
My wicked child, your soul with religion don't pollute.
When I was taking heroin, I almost died. When I emigrated, I tried to forget my Jewish roots, you know, but they just kept bouncing back at me, smacking me in the face, scarring me. So, can you talk some sense at me?
I see you speak with your hands. That's a very grave sin. And it seems to come to you so naturally. Pity.
I get that from my grandma. She was a strong Jewish lady, like a bulldozer. She'd move you into quick shape. She spoke Yiddish. She spoke no recognizable language at all. She just signaled to everyone with her hands.
My grandmother was from Honduras. When she spoke, she shook her ass. Did you make many friends in America?
Americans, they don't share that pain I'm afflicted with. They can't feel that oi or that ay, like my Russian friends can. Perhaps they're shy of suffering.
Do you know that God is man's best friend?
Oh, I have a friend in Jesus!
In Jesus. Jesus Kraft, that's my favorite brand of mac and cheese.
Kabbalah let me down there. It was like my drug addiction. I got high at first and I came down so low, I ached everywhere. It was the biggest blow.
Have you found a place for God in your heart today?
Not today, no. I like to get lost, you know, in all those places that others yearn to get found.
You can get found through a symphony of losses. Find salvation through immigration.
Don't you mean salvation through suffering?
Perhaps, but I don't think so. Stop putting words in the priest's mouth, will you?
But that's not the only thing shoved in your mouth, right? Just one.
Oh!
Sorry. Anyway, San Francisco had crackheads and hookers with no panties on. So what? Yeah, see, that's just the way that one soaks these images up. That's the trick to any personal perspective.
But you've come here to confess your sins. Isn't that your true objective?
I don't like straight lines, Father. May I call you Father?
Why would you do a fucked up thing like that? Don't you have your own father?
Sure. He's Ukrainian. He's not Jewish. When my mom was begging to be emigrating from the Ukraine, she begged my dad to just pretend to be a Jew, so they'd let us out of the Ukraine. He said he couldn't. He said he could never lie.
He was a wise guy.
It's easier to pretend that you're not Jewish than to fess up that you are.
I can give you the sacramental forgiveness of the church now. Then you won't sport Jewish guilt as a permanent scar.
Well, God, strike me down if I don't give the church guilt.
There is no God. At least his presence I have never felt.
Isn't that blasphemy, Father?
I never knew your mother in the biblical sense, so don't call me Father again. You may call me Lord.
Whatever, man. You're fucking giving me a toothache.
Take 3 aspirin, say 5 Hail Marys, and don't call me in the morning.
Care for a smoke?
Nope. I'd do a line or 2. Or perhaps you have some dough. I tell the parish kids there's real biblical hope in dough.
I don't have any coke. The last I checked, I didn't have any dough. Sorry, Hope.
I knew these niggers in my neighborhood. They always had white snow. Just the best shit.
Amen.
You know, I was thinking, I'd like to get lost in Italy or Spain. Stroll through the Champs-Élysées in the purple mist of rain.
I thought you wanted to get found.
Shh, speak my inner thoughts out loud. I want to turn my life around. But I still have a strong connection to the Ukraine, you know? I mean, even though I emigrated back in '89, damn, it's a long time ago.
Do you have a past?
I can tell our relationship won't last.
I asked you to list the sins of your past.
I used to pass away the days of my childhood in some manic haze. I grew up in this semi-military installation near Kiev. I used to linger for days, God knows where, lusting after this girl with these cat green eyes the size of meteors. She'd peer out at me from some abandoned enclave. All I kept thinking about was misbehaving with her in the most obscene and inappropriate ways. That feeling, wanting her beyond measure, and I missed that feeling.
Do you masturbate? Does your earthly being need to fornicate?
Lots of making love are like suicide.
Not in sins of the flesh immersed. Have you ever coveted thy neighbor's liverwurst?
I prefer to drink beer and get stoned.
What's the purpose of life?
I'm awaiting death.
Good for you. They say it's jollier in the afterlife.
And a priest would never lie to you.
Have you ever tempted fate by returning to your place of birth?
Yeah, I went back to the Ukraine in '94. Sure lost his face, like some bum hangout, you know? And I don't think they wanted this Jewish boy back in the land of the free.
Show me some scenes of goodness from your life so that I may forgive your sins and you can leave here a new man. Walk with God into the light.
Lights fall on a horse and buggy traveling down a dusty road. Somewhere in Russia, long ago.
I'll play my grandmother's part if you'd like me to.
Lights fall on Joey's granny in the ghetto.
It was a time of reflection.
I don't like the sound of that. So, Grandma, perform. Go.
Oh, I believe in the treasures that God promised every living thing.
That's right, Granny. Shake that thing.
I love my wife. When we wed, I bought her the most expensive wedding ring.
Material debility. The Lord will punish you for wanting physical stability.
My grandparents taught me many spiritual things, like forget expensive rings and Died. He was my friend. He taught me how to sing.
Joseph's grandmother carries water from a well. Look at that.
From God, Yossi, you cannot hope to hide.
Your Bubby makes me feel so alive.
The food on our table was from our own garden, grown by our own hands.
Simple. Good. God loves you when you make few demands.
Ooh, I want a cupcake and a milkshake now!
Well, too bad. Get over it somehow. To God you must your head humbly bow.
We shared more family time after the evening meal was through than any modern person that I ever knew. We cherished our children too. We knew how to live life, how to share and give. We cared, we compromised, learned how to forgive.
My grandparents were sacred entities. They gave me the gift of dignity. They loved and nurtured me.
And you? What did you do before I unleashed Satan straight from hell on you?
No, look, man, let me be redeemed. I cheered them up when they were feeling blue.
I always baked my Yossi apple pies. Make no mistake, I loved my grandson tenderly.
She filled the house with warmth and fragrant fantasy. She was my lady.
I left my homeland and I got stuck somewhere in between.
So why did you fall apart as a man at the seams?
I was lost.
Repeat after me. I'm in America.
I'm in America.
There is no other place for
There
me.
is no other
That's
place for me.
insanity. I mean, you're never great yourself. Let me show you can't feel that way.
Accept God's will.
Fine, fine. Have pity on me, Lord. I'm nothing but a sinner. Let me commence my life as a beginner.
Joseph falls from the confessional as if from his mother's womb.
Excuse me.
He lays on the floor a long while, scrunched up in the fetal position. Vignette 4!
Lost at the wheel, homeboys.
At curtains rise, we hear the roaring of the ocean thrashing against the shore. We're in the Dutch Caribbean, somewhere off the island of Aruba. Sonia swims way out in the middle of the ocean.
Pedro, Sonia's best friend, is about to drown. How will this episode go down?
We're gonna die at sea, Pedrito, aren't we? I can't believe our boat just flipped over. I knew that Colombian drug lord taking us to Caracas was fucking corrupted.
He wanted pussy.
So he threw us overboard.
Just swim. Save your breath.
I can't swim anymore. I'm not an Olympic champion. I was born with clubfoot, remember?
You never told me that before. And I've known you like forever. But that's all gonna end now, so let's stop shooting the shit for a bit, huh?
Yep. If I'd been born in America, I wouldn't be able to walk at all. My parents couldn't afford the crutches and endless massages to make me better. I'd have been an invalid.
Orale, there's no need to walk now, chiquita. Just swim the best you can.
I'm swimming. I am. I was never a good swimmer. The least Colombian warlord prickhead could have done was thrown our asses out with some life vests.
He wanted you. Bad.
I'm on my period. I told him that.
Pedro swims harsh butterfly strokes against the silver blue canvas of the ocean.
How long have we been out at sea? Seems like an eternity.
Diego, their so-called compañero, warned me that sharks can smell the scent of blood, and then the boat flipped over. Or he threw us the fuck overboard. I can't be sure anymore. We'll be eaten alive before we ever get to shore.
Should have given him some. I told you so. Then we could have had swigs of rum and coke. Howl at the moon all night long.
Really? Would you, give it up to him?
Hell no. But to save our derrieres, you could have. Just saying is all.
Thanks, Pedrito. This was your idea. Boat hopping, huh? Now I'll never live to see my future children.
Mine will have to go to their daddy's funeral, tomorrow, maybe.
What if we pray to God really hard?
What if we swim really hard?
Oh God, Pedrito, something just bit into me! I think it's a shark! Grab my hand!
Jaws,
Help me!
Come on, relax. That's just a school of tiny fish swimming innocently by on a rift.
You relax yourself. That was Jaws coming at me.
Pedro dives headfirst into the water. Yep, just like that.
It's a cigarfish. They're colorful and long, but not lethal.
I saw a stingray earlier today. They bite, don't they?
Nah, they sting. Thus their name.
Don't be a wise ass. What about jellyfish?
Look, that's the least of our problems. Let's not list all the sea creatures and get stupid.
You're right. We're gonna drown.
They'll never find our bodies. Who cares? We're goners anyways.
You're a pessimist, Pedrito.
Make me an optimist. Sleep with me.
At sea? I'm already out of breath.
Sex is better when your soul and body's in distress.
Yeah, but it's that time of the month for me. Anyway, you're a guy. Guys will say any crap just to get some.
Come on, girl, make me truly happy. I deserve to die content.
Okay, let's repent. I mean, for all the wrong we've ever done.
Don't you love me?
Oh, sometimes, but at this critical moment, I'm thinking of how we're going to go under and die.
Actually, so am I.
Lost, gone, perished at sea. I can just see the World Wide Web spewing Christmas cheer about our tragic demise. How two friends on a sun-soaked ocean Caribbean journey, one was horny, by the way, met their end. Facebook buddies will tweet each other merrily. Oh, what a joyous day that will be.
Shit. If you want to make love to me, hurry up and swim.
You know, I never told you what my last name means.
Ooh, spill the tacos and beans.
Rabo means little wheel in Yiddish. I keep spinning wherever I go. Moldova wasn't good enough for my mom, you know? She wanted to come to America. Not to Israel, not to Australia, not to Vienna, not to bask in glorious Rome. No, to reach for the orange marmalade land of liberty. My family's always been spinning at the wheel, searching for a better life.
All emigres are lost at the wheel. That's how I feel.
Listen, before I die, have I ever told you that my brother, back in beautiful Kishinev in Moldova, where I grew up...
Yeah, go ahead, where they ship my Camel cigarettes from for a movie price.
He was transferred from his class, separated from his classmates because there were too many smart Jewish kids in his grade and they wanted to jingle it up a bit. Isn't that ludicrous?
Oh, dang! Something's got me by the arm! Hurry, get the fuck off me! Come on, Sonita, help me quick!
How can I help you, Benito?
Pedro lifts Sonita out of the water, throwing her ass farther out to sea, making a splash. Just kidding. We're gonna die. And you keep yapping about anti-Semitism. Aren't you a trip? Can't you get it together? Death is like imminent.
You little shit! And I got scared for you! Really, I did. And you call yourself my best friend?
You know, when I was going to high school, ages ago, they used to separate the kids in my class too. Not because of religion, but because I'm brownie, you know? Mexican. And being Mexican, I grew up in Long Island. They were kind of dictators back then. They used to haul most of the Hispanic and black kids into one classroom, and the white kids were sort of kept closer together in another classroom. But all minorities were shuffled like a deck of cards. I remember in the cafeteria, the black kids used to eat at a separate table, and the Mexicanos, Cubanos, Puerto Ricans, and Dominicanos were stashed all the way in the back. Talk about segregation. We hardly ever mingled. Can you believe that shit?
In modern day America? No way.
Yeah, in the 70s, back in the day.
Must have been way, way back, because this dude is old and gray.
Wow, well, in Romania, being Jewish was a nationality, not a religion. At least they acknowledged the difference in the U.S.
What's the difference between a Catholic and a Jew?
Nothing. Sometimes all religion does is greedily confuse you.
I've made you a disbeliever.
I'll see about that when we get to heaven.
You know, in Mexico, death is actually a festive occasion. Kids parading around with skeleton heads on sticks, eye sockets glowing with sugar.
But at least we've grown fond of the assimilation process, especially in New York, that gloriously diverse melting pot.
I love New York.
You know how my grandparents met? It was during the war. They were in the same singing troupe. He was a musician, she was a dancer. It was fate.
What about for us? Will fate play a hand in it too?
I don't love you in that way. You're just a friend.
I bet you can grow to love me in the end.
This is our end.
Chingado.
I dreamt of being a singer on the stage, getting to play dress up and engage the audience, hitting those high mezzo soprano notes, those. My great-grandfather was a cantor.
Mine was a Gonzalez.
He used to sing in the synagogue. What a grand performance that must have been. I belong on the stage, not drowning at a fragile, tender age in the ocean.
Kiss me for the last time. I'll give you some of my sweet cafe au lait love potion.
Get the fuck out of here, Pedrito. Be serious. We're about to kick the bucket, spring a leak, sleep with the fishes, get fried by not so tempting suicide, drown in this hapless ocean.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's try to die. Stop swimming. Sink. But I love me one fine, luscious tequila drink. Oh.
Goodbye, my love, goodbye. Goodbye, my only one. As long as you remember me, I'll never be too far.
Hey, just like in movies, let's exchange our last meaningful parable words.
I no longer believe in God. This whole time you are right, Pedrito. There's never been any divine help for us in sight. But it's important to know where you're going, and I'm going straight to heaven.
I've seen the light. I've been through hell. But thanks to you and to God, I'll be born again.
Safe that Olga friend. Pedro's head is almost completely underwater.
I've released all my fears onto the depths of the ocean floor.
The wheel has turned. Perhaps in the afterlife I'll be eternally yours. Sweet, dark, mesmerizing, tantalizing.
Pedro!
Lights down on Sonita and Pedrito as they drown. Están muertos.
Too soon their souls are gone.
Glug, glug, glug.
End of Act 1. So, go take a leak or have a smoke if you be dying for one.